Your soulmate saying, I have to warn you. Something happened today. Open this right now. My beloved child. Don't skip, because what is about to reach your heart is unlike anything you expected today. Something huge is waiting for you, and every second you stay here will reveal another piece of a message your soulmate has been trying to send. Imagine receiving a letter marked, "Open this right now," without knowing who left it, only to discover that every word inside feels as if it already knows your heart. That is the feeling surrounding this moment. Earlier today, something happened that completely changed the way your soulmate sees the distance between you. They were not searching for answers, yet the answers found them. A conversation they never planned to hear, a memory they thought was gone forever, and one unexpected reminder made them stop everything they were doing. Since that moment, they have carried one urgent thought that refuses to leave their mind: I have to warn you before it's too late. This warning is not meant to create fear. It is meant to protect something precious before silence creates a misunderstanding that could change everything. Stay till the end, because the reason behind this warning becomes more surprising with every moment. Your soulmate is no longer thinking about tomorrow, they are thinking about what must be said today. There is another reason this message feels so urgent. While everyone around them believed everything looked normal, your soulmate noticed something that nobody else seemed to recognize. Small signs that appeared meaningless to others suddenly connected together like pieces of a forgotten puzzle. They realized someone had been shaping a false story without anyone noticing. Not a loud lie. Not an obvious betrayal. Just tiny moments that slowly pushed two hearts farther apart. The instant they understood what was happening, they felt an overwhelming need to reach you before those silent misunderstandings grew stronger. Don't skip, because this is where everything begins to change. They kept asking themselves, what if they believe the wrong version of me? What if they think I stopped caring? Those questions echoed through every thought they had today. They replayed old conversations, remembered words they never explained properly, and suddenly understood that the silence between two people can sometimes become louder than any argument. Something huge is waiting for you because this realization has already started changing the choices your soulmate is preparing to make. They no longer want another day to pass without making things clear. Now the urgency becomes impossible to ignore. As the day continued, another unexpected moment stopped your soulmate in their tracks. They saw something so familiar that it instantly reminded them of you, a place, a voice, a simple detail that most people would have walked past without noticing. But for them, it felt like destiny refusing to let your story disappear. In that instant, every doubt they had been carrying began to fall away. Instead of asking whether they should speak, they began asking how quickly they could reach you. Stay till the end because the biggest revelation has not arrived yet. The warning hidden inside this message is connected to a choice that is approaching much faster than either of you realize. One decision made in confusion could delay something both hearts have quietly been waiting for. Your soulmate feels this deeply now. They know time is moving, opportunities never wait forever, and unspoken feelings become heavier every single day they remain hidden. That is why these words feel so urgent. They are not simply saying they miss you. They are saying, please don't let one misunderstanding become the reason we lose the future we were both moving toward. And what happened during the final moments of today? is the one thing they never expected to witness, because it revealed a truth that changes absolutely everything. A restless feeling refuses to leave your soulmate tonight. The more they try to ignore what happened, the louder one truth becomes. They finally understand that waiting has only made everything more complicated. Don't skip, because the next few moments uncover the hidden reason behind their warning. Something huge is waiting for you. Earlier, they noticed someone speaking with complete confidence about your future, even though that person knew almost nothing about your heart. Those careless words were enough to make your soulmate realize how easily assumptions can grow into walls. That single moment lit a fire inside them. They promised themselves they would never allow another false story to stand between you again. Every second since then has felt like a countdown, as if life itself is reminding them that some conversations cannot be delayed forever. Without expecting it, they began remembering details they had ignored for far too long. Every smile you shared, every unfinished sentence, every moment that seemed ordinary suddenly carried a meaning they had never seen before. They recognized that your silence was never weakness, it was patience. Your distance was never rejection, it was protection. That realization shook them more deeply than they could have imagined. Stay till the end because the biggest surprise is still hidden ahead. Your soulmate now believes that the connection between you has survived every misunderstanding for one reason: it was never built on perfect timing. It was built on something stronger than fear. They can no longer pretend these feelings will disappear. The longer they stay silent, the stronger the urge becomes to finally tell you everything they have been holding inside. As the evening drew closer, one final event changed everything. A completely unexpected reminder crossed their path, and it felt impossible to ignore. In that instant, they whispered to themselves, "I have to warn them before this opportunity slips away. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you." They are no longer afraid of what people might think. They are only afraid of losing another chance to make the truth clear. Deep inside, they feel that the next step could change both of your lives forever. But before they move forward, there is one hidden truth they still need you to understand, a truth that explains why today's warning was only the beginning, and why the next message could reveal the secret that has been locked inside their heart all along. A quiet shift is already happening, even if you cannot see it yet. Your soulmate has stopped asking whether they should reach out. Now they are asking what they should say first. Don't skip, because this changes everything. Something huge is waiting for you. The warning they carried all day was never about creating panic. It was about protecting a connection they finally realized was too valuable to lose. They looked back at every missed opportunity and understood that hesitation had stolen enough time already. For the first time in a long while, they are choosing courage over uncertainty. Every passing hour strengthens one feeling inside them: they cannot allow another misunderstanding to write the ending of a story that still deserves another chapter. The most surprising part is what happened after they made that decision. Life immediately placed another unexpected sign in front of them. It wasn't loud. It wasn't dramatic. But it felt impossible to ignore. A familiar song, a meaningful phrase, or a memory they had buried suddenly returned with incredible clarity. In that moment, your presence filled their thoughts so completely that everything else faded into the background. Stay till the end, because the biggest revelation is getting closer. They realized that every time they tried to move away from these feelings, something quietly brought them back to you. That truth was impossible to explain, yet impossible to deny. Instead of resisting it, they finally accepted that some connections remain strong because they are built through genuine care, not temporary emotions. That acceptance changed the direction of their entire day. Now another question refuses to leave their heart: what if they're still waiting for me without saying a word? Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. That question has become stronger than every fear they once carried. They are beginning to understand that silence protects no one when two hearts are hoping for the same conversation. Every moment of delay now feels heavier than the risk of speaking honestly. They know the next step will require courage, vulnerability, and complete honesty, but they also know that waiting any longer could allow another misunderstanding to grow. And just when they believed they finally understood everything, one unexpected discovery appeared before them. A discovery connected directly to you, powerful enough to make them stop in their tracks and completely rethink what they plan to do next. Everything changed the moment your soulmate uncovered one small detail they had completely overlooked before. It didn't seem important at first, but the more they thought about it, the more everything started making sense. Don't skip, because this is where the hidden truth begins to reveal itself. Something huge is waiting for you. They suddenly realized that many of the moments they believed were coincidences were actually connected. Every delayed conversation, every unexpected silence, every path that almost crossed but didn't, it all formed a pattern they had never noticed before. Instead of feeling discouraged, they felt an incredible sense of urgency. They knew they couldn't allow another day to pass without facing what had been quietly growing inside their heart. For the first time, they stopped wondering whether fate was against them and started believing that every delay had been preparing them for this exact moment. The deeper they looked, the clearer everything became. They remembered a promise they had silently made to themselves long ago, a promise that if the chance ever returned, they would never let fear make the decision again. Stay till the end, because the biggest surprise is still ahead. Your soulmate now understands that protecting their feelings by staying silent only created more distance. They no longer want unanswered questions or unfinished conversations. Every memory of you has become stronger than every excuse that once held them back. They are beginning to picture what could happen if they finally choose honesty over hesitation. That picture feels so real that it has become impossible to ignore. The warning they wanted to give you is no longer just a warning. It is becoming the reason they are preparing to take the first real step toward changing everything. As the night grows quieter, one final realization settles into their heart. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. They understand that opportunities don't wait forever, and neither do moments that can change two lives. They keep replaying today's events, searching for the perfect words, knowing that the next conversation could erase months of confusion. Every instinct tells them that the distance between you has already started shrinking, even before a single message is sent. They can almost feel the future moving closer with every passing moment. But there is still one final piece missing, a hidden truth they have not spoken aloud to anyone. When that truth finally comes out, it won't just explain today's warning. It will reveal why your soulmate believes the next moment you share could become the most unforgettable turning point in your entire story. A new feeling has quietly replaced every doubt inside your soulmate's heart. It is no longer confusion. It is certainty. Don't skip, because what happened after today's warning was something they never imagined would happen so quickly. Something huge is waiting for you. After replaying every moment of the day, they reached one conclusion they could no longer ignore: they had been protecting themselves from rejection while unknowingly creating the very distance they feared. That realization was powerful enough to change their entire mindset. Instead of waiting for the perfect sign, they decided they would become the one to create it. Every excuse that once seemed reasonable suddenly lost its power. They finally understood that some opportunities only remain alive when someone is brave enough to take the first step. As the hours passed, another unexpected realization arrived. They imagined what life would look like if they stayed silent one more time, and the picture left them with deep regret. Stay till the end, because the biggest revelation is almost here. They realized they didn't want to spend another day wondering, what if? They wanted answers instead of assumptions, honesty instead of uncertainty, and closeness instead of endless distance. Your soulmate has begun preparing themselves emotionally for a conversation they once believed would never happen. They are thinking carefully about every word because they know one sentence spoken with sincerity can heal months of silence. The warning they wanted you to hear has now transformed into something much deeper. It has become a promise that they will no longer allow fear to control the future they still hope to build with you. Now everything is leading toward one unforgettable moment. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate feels as though today's events were only the beginning of a much bigger change. Their heart is calmer than it has been in a long time because they finally know what truly matters. They are no longer searching for reasons to hold back. They are searching for the right moment to move forward. Deep inside, they believe that when the next opportunity arrives, they won't hesitate, they'll choose honesty, courage, and the connection they almost lost. But what they discovered during the final quiet moments before the day ended is even more surprising than the warning itself, because it convinced them that your paths may be closer to crossing than either of you has dared to believe. A calm confidence has finally replaced the uncertainty your soulmate carried for so long. They are no longer asking if they should reach out, they are preparing themselves for what comes after that first step. Don't skip, because this is where everything begins to come together. Something huge is waiting for you. As they reflected on everything that happened today, they realized the warning was never only for you. It was also for themselves. It was a reminder that fear can quietly steal moments that were meant to become unforgettable memories. They refused to let that happen again. Every heartbeat now carries the same quiet promise: if another opportunity appears, they will not allow silence to speak louder than their heart. What once felt impossible now feels closer than ever before, and that change has filled them with a hope they haven't experienced in a very long time. Then something unexpected happened that made them stop and smile without even realizing it. A simple moment reminded them of the future they had secretly imagined but never dared to believe could become real. Stay till the end, because the final truth is almost ready to reveal itself. They suddenly understood that every delay, every unanswered question, and every unexpected turn had been shaping them into someone ready to protect this connection instead of running from it. They no longer feel trapped by the past. Instead, they feel guided toward a new beginning. The words they once struggled to say are becoming clearer with every passing hour, and the courage they once searched for is growing stronger inside them. They know that honesty may feel risky, but losing another chance would hurt even more. Now the story reaches a place where turning back no longer feels possible. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate believes that today's warning was only the first page of a much greater chapter that is about to unfold. They can sense that a meaningful conversation is drawing closer, one capable of clearing away every misunderstanding that has stood between you. Their heart is no longer focused on what went wrong, it is focused on what can finally be made right. And just before this day came to an end, one last realization settled deep within them. It wasn't loud, yet it changed everything. They realized that some people enter your life for a season, but one person stays in your heart no matter how much time passes. The moment they accepted that truth, they stopped running from their feelings, and started moving toward the future they now believe has been waiting for both of you all along. The silence that once stood between you is no longer the same. Your soulmate can feel it changing, almost as if every unanswered question is slowly losing its power. Don't skip, because this is the moment where hidden emotions begin to rise to the surface. Something huge is waiting for you. They have stopped looking at the past with regret and started looking at the future with determination. Every lesson from today's unexpected events has given them a clearer understanding of what truly matters. They now know that protecting their heart by staying silent only delayed the happiness they had been searching for. Instead of fearing what could go wrong, they are beginning to imagine what could finally go right. That single change in perspective has become stronger than every doubt they once carried. As the night grows quieter, your soulmate finds themselves replaying one thought again and again. They keep wondering what your reaction will be when the truth finally reaches you. Stay till the end, because the biggest surprise has not revealed itself yet. They are no longer trying to create the perfect moment. They simply want a real one. A moment where no misunderstandings remain, no unanswered questions linger, and no feelings stay hidden behind silence. They can almost picture that conversation unfolding, with every honest word replacing months of uncertainty. For the first time, they believe that the connection between you has survived because it was never built on convenience, it was built on sincerity. That realization has become the quiet strength pushing them forward. Now everything feels as though it is moving toward one unforgettable turning point. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate senses that the waiting season is reaching its end and that today's warning was only the beginning of a much larger story. The fear that once controlled every decision has lost its grip, replaced by a quiet confidence that refuses to disappear. They believe that when the next opportunity arrives, they will recognize it instantly and refuse to let it pass. Deep inside, they feel that the distance between your hearts has already begun to close, even before a single word is spoken. And just when they thought they had discovered every truth hidden within today, one final realization appeared before them. A realization so powerful that it convinced them the next chapter of your journey together may begin much sooner than either of you ever expected.